This week was the second week of interviews with David. So some of the students had a free night to work on the second project, while others had to do the first sit-down. It was pretty nerve-wracking at first, but once it was all over, it didn't seem too bad. We also discussed the first project this week once we were back in class. We all need to do the feedback evaluations for the other groups over the weekend. For the first interview, I had attempted to prepare myself for the worst. However, once I got into the room with David, I realized I had prepared myself with all the wrong info. I was expecting him to have us do some equations and know some definitions. However, we just needed to be able to do position versus time, velocity versus time, and acceleration versus time graphs for a portion of our project. I actually did struggle a little bit with this because I'm having a hard time grasping the concept for these graphs without numbers. I am used to having that crutch to lean on. We also needed to do a force diagram of the car, which I did fine with, but once he asked about Newton's third law, I was sunk. I thought that I had a good understanding on the subject, but I was wrong in the interview. Once class resumed on Thursday, we talked about some more graphs. We went over transferring them from position versus time, velocity versus time, and acceleration versus time graphs using the slope and area. This was a little bit easier for me since I had some numbers to use. I have a really hard time transferring the graphs visually. We worked with some word problems. This was really hard for a lot of us. Overall, this week I learned a lot more about graphing, even though this is the same general concept we've been working with since the class began. It is getting a little bit easier as time goes on with the second project. I have been working on the research portion of it and feel that I am learning a lot about the concepts of physics that we need to include in our Google Docs. After having done the evaluations for the first project, I have also put a little more thought into our Google Docs and what I would like to do different for the second one. Finally, Project 1 has ended, and we all survived our first interviews. Those of us going for an A in the class have also started our research for our SCAD papers as well. I'm looking forward to learning more about my topic, which is global warming. I feel it is an important subject for everyone to learn about and find the truth. So far in my research, it seems there are so many different opinions, I am not quite sure which direction I am leaning at this time, but I'm excited to get more into it.